Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we're working with this pattern. This is pattern 106767 over on friendshipbracelets.net, and it has an interesting Kumi. This is Kumi 13673, again over on friendshipbracelets.net. So yeah, starting this thing off, I started to really question how much I was going to enjoy this pattern, because it's a little bit awkward, especially the way that it has like little arrows in it, and the way that the chevron kind of comes in and then goes past by a row, like little elements that were sort of they just didn't work well with the flow that I was trying to go with. And it turns out it has a lot to do with which direction the pattern is going, because as I got to the second half of this thing where it flips and goes the other way, I suddenly found it to be really super easy. And so this got me kind of thinking that maybe I don't kind of dwell on this a lot. If you have a pattern that you really like, or like the looks of, but you don't like how it comes together, you don't like tying the knots, it feels awkward, try turning it around 180 degrees, go the other direction with it and try that, because it's really quite possible that what you're experiencing is just, it just kind of rubs you the wrong way, and it can change with things. And that's what I kind of like about flipping my bracelet designs in the middle, is I get to try both directions in one project, and I can report back if I discover like one's better than the other, such as this case. It wasn't terrible. Like the first half wasn't so bad that it was unbearable or anything. It just kind of irritated me is all. And yeah, I am really, like I said, I am really glad that we did flip it around. It is also a little bit interesting how it's got these different segments. There's one with a little arrow inside of it, and then there's like the next segment kind of changes a bit. It kind of had me worried that I was gonna, not get it right and overdo like the first half, and like not get the middle in the right area. So there was a little bit of counting and making sure, and all of that kind of par for the course for me, right? Like just worrying about overdoing something. But it came all together in the end. It worked out just fine, no big mistakes or anything like that. And it's really kind of cute. I definitely think this was not a great pattern for a variegated floss, because you can really see like where the dark red came one way and the light red came the other, and you can see the light red went over top and things like that. It's not what I imagine as being like a really great pattern for it. But that said, the colors are really kind of cool. So we have the variegated one is like light pink to a red, and then the other color, it's sort of somewhere between red and purple. It's kind of a dark mauve or something, I don't know, but it's really this kind of a much darker color, which gives us the contrast needed to make sure that you don't like mistake how the pattern is actually forming or whatever. So yeah, I definitely like that. Last month we had some that just got a little bit too muddy, so this month I'm really trying to come up with better color combinations, and yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it so far. Only 2 bracelets in, but so far so good, right? The bracelet itself took just over an hour to make. Again, that's kind of par for the course, 12 string bracelet, not so bad. Oh, and it did make this during a live stream, so that was kind of cool. So like, if you're interested in watching these things in real speed, because in order to make these videos for you, I have to speed it up. Otherwise, we would be here for an hour, and I don't think anybody wants that. I seldom seldom do people watch the whole video when it's like 10-15 minutes long. So I can only imagine that an hour video and me trying to come up with something to say for an hour video, crazy. But that's okay. There are people who do enjoy it, and they come and we chat, and it's fun. And yeah, that's kind of neat. Like, because while I'm making it, I really can just sit and talk and enjoy conversations. Well, I say talk. It is possible via Discord, but most of the time it's just typed into the comment section for YouTube. So either way works. Trying to think what else about this bracelet. I do like how the center turned out. Like, so it's got like little arrows, which I know that some people have put these together and said that they look like hearts. So there's like a couple hearts on one side, but then in the middle it becomes this little tiny X. And I just absolutely love the fact that you have arrows pointing inwards, and at the center there's an X. It just feels very, like, back in art class they used to say that, like, you know, there are elements in a painting that'll draw your eyes to the subject. And in a way, I feel like this bracelet, the way it has been done, I feel like these little arrows are subtly trying to point you into the middle, and then in the center there's an X that marks the spot. And I don't know why I find that like so incredibly pleasing, but I think it's really fun. I think it's really cool. Yeah, it's neat. So yeah, there's the middle. Oh, since we are at the middle, let me just thank my YouTube members for making this possible. As you know, I got a bunch of this variegated floss as a sampler pack, and it was just kind of an add-on to a big floss order that we were like, you know what, it'll be fun, you know, let's do it, let's explore, see what happens with variegated. And yeah, I don't think if I didn't have them and their support, I might have, you know, stuck with more just the strings that I normally do. I wouldn't venture off and try something crazy like this. So yeah, if you're not a fan of the whole variegated thing, blame the YouTube guys. You know, they convinced me this would be a cool idea to try. I need to go back through and find out if I did variegated flosses before these last couple months, because I want to put them all into a playlist, but I don't know if there's old ones. If you see an old video like more than a month old that has variegated floss in it, just leave a comment in there, just say variegated, and then I can I'll add it. That would be awesome. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, this direction. This is the direction that I preferred. So I don't know if you'll notice with the method I'm going about making all the knots, like getting longer straight rows, things like that. I don't know if it'll really show up, like that you can tell like that I'm having it easier, but it was in fact easier. Oh, and the variegated floss gets used an awful lot in this bracelet. So I was actually very grateful that I used the longer cuts of string, because towards the end, the variegated floss was getting kind of short. Not too short that I couldn't make my tassels or that I ran into any actual problems, but that comes from, you know, cutting it into thirds, having long lengths, and knowing how long the pattern can be comfortably, and do that. So yeah, definitely a thing. I didn't really change around the strings directions, other than, you know, like where you have to, like because of the pattern or whatever. But I didn't try to get the colors to do certain things. I kind of wonder, like, if there was a possibility of like making it less obvious. But yeah, it was just kind of running the strings the way they kind of went as far as the pattern goes. Yeah, this is definitely not beginner friendly. There's a lot of zigzags. There's a lot of it's a little bit difficult. Not terribly, but it's a little bit difficult. I should come up with like a number system. Like this is definitely a 5, or you know, something. I don't know. I don't know how would I do that? If you got ideas for me, leave it in the comments. I'll try to come up with some kind of a method or something. Yeah, but yeah, so far it's just easy, intermediate, or advanced, and this is definitely not advanced. I think advanced is where you know you really have to struggle with trying to get it made, and there's not a lot of bracelets that really have that sort of a vibe to it. But yeah, it's just they definitely occur at times. Can you guys hear the construction going on outside? I tried to time it. I thought they were done, but I can hear like weird noises, and kind of annoying because I'm almost done with this video. This is coming up to the end now. With there's machinery going on. I hate it. But yeah, this is the diamonds coming in. Hey, thanks for watching. Seriously, you made it through the video this far. Thank you very much. If you could hit the like button, that would be awesome. That way maybe it goes out and gets seen by a few more people, which could help the channel a lot. That would be awesome. The big reveal is coming here. And yeah, any questions, comments, leave them down below. I will try to get back to you. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.